for some fun? We're going to open the box.
Oh, here we go. 5, 4, 3. Actually, it kind of makes sense what they were doing with it.
Oh, that was the best. This was the best film in space with a horror villain because it made sense.
But wait, here's the thing, though. Have you ever read the shooting script for Hellraiser 4?
No.
This is where things get very interesting.
Okay.
A lot of things were added in to make the movie longer, make the movie gorier. Test audiences for the original cut did not like the fact that Pinhead was not in the movie earlier than he was. So they added a lot of that stuff, you know, a lot of Mr. Bargain Basement Tom Cruise, who's with the Queen, or the Princess, the creator, the Princess. He gets more time on the screen. Again, I guess I shouldn't call him Bargain Basement, you know, Tom Cruise, because that's not fair. Because he's a much better actor than Tom Cruise anyway. But
don't kill us, Tom.
The point being is, the parts where they explain where the Michonne's box came from were there, and very well done, I must add.
The special effects, I will say, for this one was...
Yeah, Hellraiser Bloodlines, as it is being called. I went and saw this in the theater. As funny as it is, I had actually went, because I think, oh no, that was a different trip, never mind. Anyway, look, Hellraiser 4 Bloodlines, I went to see it in the theater, because I'd seen 3 in the theater, and I liked it, but there were some things that I just didn't sit well with me. I loved the look of Pinhead. I thought the less pins actually kind of made him look a little bit more creepy. The Princess was great. The newer Cenobites in this film were nowhere near as bad as the third film. The Cursed Bloodline, how that the curse followed because the Michonne created the box for a magician so that he could open a gateway to hell, and of course his assistant and Angelique get into Angelique being the Princess of Hell. This is the demon that they call forth. This was not smart.
No, not at all.
And of course, they're obsessed with the bloodline of the Toymaker, whose wife, a lot of people don't really realize, is the same love interest from A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. Ooh, there's some deep right there for you. There's some oddness that a lot of people aren't going to realize. Now you're going to go back and look and check it out. But the point being is, you know, when Angelique notices that the Toymaker still lives because he's on the cover of one of these magazines for this magnificent building that he's built in New York, which is the building from the end of Hellraiser 3, she has to go stop him. And of course, dork face, no, we're going to stay here and do the same thing. And she goes, oh, you never learned your lessons, did you? And that's when she finally can no longer has to be his plaything and his little sex slave, and that's where she becomes the master. And man, does she mess him up. She goes, we will do whatever you tell us as long as you don't stand in hell's way. I'm sorry you ain't gonna buy it this time, pal.
Right.
He goes very, very, very badly.
Yeah.
And of course, Angelique, you know, goes after the Toymaker, and in that timeline, the Toymaker ends up dying.
Yeah.
But the bloodline goes on, and his son builds a space station.
Yes.
And that's where the movie actually originally starts. The last, 25 minutes of the movie, I'd say, is the run through the space station.
Yeah.
Them, these mercenaries trying to take out the Cenobites, which is laughable. And then there's the absolutely hilarious scene where the dog gets stuck in the decompression chamber and just, you know, it's like, really? This was, no. But
who's your favorite Cenobite?
My favorite Cenobite is Pinhead.
Besides Pinhead, we can't do Pinhead because we know it's Pinhead.
No, my favorite Cenobite is Pinhead.
Out of the newer ones in this movie.
In that movie, twins were creepy. The twins.
That's what I was referring to earlier with the merger.
Oh.
Because
another great line. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce myself. I am pain. You know, it's like, yeah. And no, not without my brother. You'll never be without your brother again. And they just become one. And yeah, that scene was pretty gnarly. That was up there.
So,
But
at the end of it, it's them turning the station
yeah,
into
the robot trying to do the box, and the robot gets blown up, and Pinhead's mad because this was not satisfying, right? So the bloodline for the Marchand and one of the mercenaries gets off the space station, which of course the space station transforms into a giant, a giant puzzle box.
Yeah.
And this was supposed to permanently close the gate for hell, but as we all know, the evil of Pinhead is just so great that you're just not going to end it. That's not the way it's going to happen.
No, so then we end up with the next
Hellraiser Inferno. So, but with that, we'd like to say thank you. We appreciate you watching, and if like I said, if you can help us expand, you can help expand knowledge and whatnot, we'd greatly appreciate it. And boils and ghouls, stay scared.